The artwork's my bed. It was conceived and made in 1998, and I actually spent 4 days in bed, asleep and not well, and feeling terrible and actually quite broken hearted. I didn't eat and I didn't drink anything, and then when I actually got up to go and get a glass of water and stagger out to the kitchen, I then came back and then just looked at this and I thought, oh my God, that's kind of disgusting. I could have died in there. And I looked again, I thought, it's not disgusting, I didn't die, that bed kept me alive. And then suddenly I just had this sort of like vision of taking it out of the bedroom space and putting it in the white gallery space, or putting it in the gallery space, and it just suddenly made sense. I thought, wow, this is a fantastic artwork.
Do you mind if I ask you why you were feeling the way you were at the time?
I was broken-hearted. Everyone's felt broken-hearted, it's not new. It's an accurate assessment of how I was at the time. So I can do a drawing of myself, but instead of doing that, I have this. And 16 years later, it's still here, more iconic and stronger than ever.
Are there bits of this that you unpacked and gave you a bit of a shudder?
I see it as I said, it's like a ghost of the self. When I sit on that bed, I actually have like, it's almost, I actually have like a shudder of the past me, going past me. It really is like a piece of history, like a time capsule. And I think people identify with it because I think most people have their own time capsules, if not in reality, then in their memory or in their minds. So I would like to be standing next to this in 50 years' time. That's what I hope.
Well, it's pretty much assured its place in art history, this piece. And partly, I would say, because it epitomises that question of what is art. Because when you produced this, they were saying it's not art.
Yeah.
They're still saying it.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Is it art?
Of course it's art.
It's your art.
It's not that. Any quiz show, which artist made the bed? Tracy Emin. Taxi drivers, oh, you're the artist that made the bed. They don't say to me that isn't art. They say you are the artist that made the bed. 20 years ago this wasn't art, now it definitely is. It's changed people's perceptions of art, and that's why it's a seminal piece of art, and that's why it's important.
How do you feel about the value? Obviously you don't set the value, that's created by demand.
It is really interesting.
But is it uncomfortable for you that it's
really uncomfortable for me?
Do you want it to go for a lot, or does it?
I want it to go to a really good home. I'd love it to go to a museum. And I never buy my own work back, but in this situation, if I could, I would, and then I would donate it to the Tate probably.